All right, I'm going out on a little bit of a limb here today. I've done several beef jerky videos, a chicken jerky video, a beef jerky nugget video, but I've never done a beef jerky video using the seasoning I'm using today. Because today, I'm gonna see if this works, because we're making some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo beef jerky. Yeah, we're gonna be using some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo wing sauce, the pre-made sauce to marinate our strips of top round. I think it's actually gonna turn out good. But again, this is an experiment. You're gonna see just how well it does as I do. If it's horrible, we'll know together. I don't think it's gonna be horrible though. First thing though, we've gotta get our top round sliced up into our jerky pieces. Now this is about a 3-pound top round, also sold as London broiled. This is a USDA choice. You could use select. We're making jerky after all. This has been in the freezer for about half an hour just to firm up. It makes some of the slicing easier. First thing I'm gonna do is just sort of square off the end here. I'm not even gonna worry about removing fat in this because of the marinade we're using. I'm gonna square off this one end here. I'm just gonna start making my slices. I usually like to go maybe a 1/4 inch thick. I like them a little thicker. And when the meat is semi-frozen like this, you are gonna get some resistance to the knife. So sharp knife helps, but you're still gonna get resistance, especially in that first push through the outside. And I'm going across the grain here today, just so it's a little bit more of a tender bite. Now this piece over here is long enough that I'm gonna separate it now. There's a fat layer that runs between, and we'll just make separate jerky pieces from this. You could use any sort of steak for this. It's an experiment after all. All right, our jerky pieces are ready. Let's go ahead and get them in that Frank's Red Hot Buffalo wing sauce marinade for this jerky experiment. So with our jerky pieces in the bowl here, we're just gonna go ahead and pour some of our Frank's Red Hot Buffalo wing sauce on here. I'll start with about half of this bottle, and this is a 12-ounce bottle. I think that'll probably be enough. Let's get in here, make sure everybody's covered and coated. Sometimes the beef pieces will stick together, so make sure you separate them. That's what we're looking for. This is gonna go into a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator overnight to marinate, and tomorrow we're gonna get it out on the smoker and see if we make some buffalo beef jerky. Our pieces of top round have been marinating overnight in that Frank's Red Hot Buffalo wing sauce, and now it's time to get them spread out on some racks because we're gonna be putting them in the electric smoker in just a few minutes. Just gonna start taking pieces and arranging them. And I've mentioned in previous beef jerky videos, you try and make sure they're not touching, but if they do end up touching a little bit, it's okay. They're gonna shrink up as they start drying in the smoker, and they're gonna create space for each other. I think we'll probably end up with maybe 2 racks in the smoker today. The little pieces just kind of fill in the spaces here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the top round pieces on another rack, and then we're gonna head out to the electric smoker. So I have the Charbroil Electric set at 225 degrees to start out. That helps the smoke get rolling in these electric smokers. Once the smoke starts, then I will lower the temperature to 165 degrees. That'll be the temperature I'm going at to make this jerky today. So let's go ahead, get our pieces of top round in so we can make some jerky. So I have the top rack in just to hold the ambient temperature probe. Everything else is empty, no water in the water pan because we're drying today. And I'm running hickory chips. The wood chip box is maybe about half full. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our smoker closed up, and we'll check on these jerky pieces in about 2 hours. So as I mentioned, our temperature for the smoker is 165 degrees. I just find that's a good temperature for making jerky, whether it's in the oven or out here in the smoker. 160 to 170, 165 is right in the middle. I'm really curious to see the flavor of this jerky today using this red hot sauce in this experiment. I think it's gonna taste pretty good. So I'll see you back here in a couple hours. All right, it's been 2 hours. Let's have a look. Just starting to get some of that jerky look to these. Still retaining some of the redness from that red hot marinade. This is gonna be interesting. So from past experience, I'm looking at this and thinking it's gonna have at least 2 to 3 more hours to go, maybe more. With this marinade, I'm not sure. So we're gonna get it closed up, let it keep smoking. All right, we've been going 4 hours. Let's check our jerky. Really starting to take on that jerky look here. Let's see how we're doing in the drying department here. Let's see here, we're just starting to get to the point where that flex develops and almost starts to crack. I'm gonna say this probably has about another hour to go. So we're gonna close this up. We'll check on it again in another hour. We are at 5 hours and I'm pretty sure our jerky is done. That is looking good. All right, I'm gonna get this jerky off here, get it inside, maybe let it cool for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're gonna have a taste. All right, here is our Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Wing Beef Jerky. I know those things sound like they might not go together, but I don't know, I have a feeling it's gonna taste good. And really there's nothing more to do here but sort of give it a taste. I've got some of the sauce here in the middle if I wanna dip, so it's time to taste. So I'm just gonna take a piece without any sauce first. I wanna get a hint of that flavor and see how well that marinade did. Talking after you take a bite of jerky is a little difficult. That has a really nice flavor. It's not too hot, just like that wing sauce really isn't over the top hot. If you wanted to kick it up, you could add some hot sauce to this and really kick that up. But that marinade, that red hot wing sauce did a really good job of flavoring the beef. Total cook time on this was 5 hours in the electric smoker with some hickory wood for smoke. That's about average, I find, for the way that I like the beef jerky done. And I've said many times before, I don't make this for preservation. I don't dry it out that much. I like there to be a little bit of moisture left in it. So this goes in a bag in the refrigerator, and that's how I preserve it. It'll be gone in a couple days. This is not made for long-term preservation. If you're gonna do that, you have to follow other sort of instructions, which is just not how I make beef jerky because it never lasts. So now I'm gonna try a piece dipped in a little bit of this Frank's Red Hot. If you're looking for something to dip beef jerky in, especially buffalo beef jerky that you've just made, this red hot wing sauce works really well. So if you want to make beef jerky and make it a little different, experiment with the flavors. I've done several different flavors in the beef jerky videos and the chicken jerky videos I've done, and really it's all about how you want it to taste. That's why I did this experiment today, and I gotta say, this experiment, it worked.